This place is amazing!
Yeah, it's gotta be like at least 100 years old.
An archaeological marvel!
Glad you boys are impressed, because it looks like I'll have to go on from here alone.
Do it, Sly. This place was built for you. We'll hold down the fort here.
Could be dark in there.
Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Sly 3 Honor Among Thieves for the Sony PlayStation 2. Last time, we got in a plane, we disabled some cannons, and we fought Dr. M in the air. We have now made our way into the vault, and we will have to continue further as Sly and Sly alone if we want to see the treasure. This is the last 3D portion of the game, and as always, I'm not doing 3D. The next part is going to be us racing through the vault.
My ancestors sure knew how to decorate. Nothing but big piles of gold.
And every so often, you'll see a part of the vault that is dedicated to a former member of the Cooper clan.
This place was started by Slyton Common II. He built his fortune in the employ of the great pharaohs. That must have been around 1300 BC.
Also, you do want to trigger those because those also serve as checkpoints. Anyway, we need to leap across these barrels, land here, and then swing our way forward. And we want to be very careful as we do this. Thankfully, you can skip that second barrel and get over to here.
Sir Gallup of the Knights of the Cooper Order. Honorable knight and cunning thief.
Some of the names that you'll hear at these little stopovers, some of them you'll recognize from the first game, others not so much. And you will be hearing those names again in Thieves in Time. Also, these hooks, you want to utilize them quickly and vault yourself upwards, otherwise you're going to be pretty much dropped off the hook there. And for this part, you want to avoid the stone wheels, obviously. Sometimes they come in threes. If they come in threes on your side, you will want to switch sides. And you want to be careful near the end because they can come out right in front of you when you least expect it to. Now for this part.
Salim al-Kapar of Arabia. It was said that he had the stealth of 40 thieves.
And now, we need to cross the water even more. Yeah, with those hooks on the wall, you want to grab on, then quickly hold down on the left analog stick or D-pad, and then launch yourself up. I have no idea how I was grabbing any of those. Let's try that again. Yeah, you just want to vault yourself upwards by holding down and then pressing Y, as always. Watch out for the little... You want to watch out for the little blue sparkles, that way you can get to them when you see them. And you definitely want to be quick, but also watch what you're doing. That way you can get up top. And you also want to be very knowledgeable of what you're doing, and you definitely want to be careful as you're quick at the same time, because this whole part, you'll be doing it again in time attack mode on the Master Thief challenges.
The strongest of the Cooper clan, Slay McCooper, could break any lock with a single blow.
So after you get on the top of that set of rocks, you want to float all the way over here. And from here, these double rings, when the one on your side is all the way down, that's when you want to spire jump onto it. This part, stand between the hammers. If you pay attention to the wall, you can easily tell where you're supposed to go. I could use a Sly Cooper 1 style shortcut to get past these hammers. But it could probably do me more harm than good. Also, I was sliding slightly to the right there at the last position. That was weird. Not sure why that was a thing, but it was. And now the same set of hammers, except they all go up this time. And you definitely don't want to get hit by these things, otherwise you get sent back to the beginning of the section you're on. You do flash red and you do get sent back a little bit, so you do want to be careful.
The Ninja Spire landing was perfected in feudal Japan by Ryoichi Cooper.
And it's a good thing he learned how to do it and passed it down to future generations because, well, we're definitely going to need it now. Watch for the sparkle on the swords. When you see the sparkle on the sword, that means it's about to sink into the wall, just like that. That's your cue to double jump ahead of time and then use the precision platforming that you've always been doing the entire series just to get over to here. There is a hook here. You want to paraglide your way down, then launch yourself up. We have another thing to look at.
Henriette One-Eye Cooper sailed the seas and stole from pirates. Guess I really take after her.
And speaking of taking after her and pirate stuff, you can skip the first barrel, run right to the second, and climb, or not climb, but rather crawl under it. That way you don't get spotted by the lights. You do not want the lights to see you because if they do, you are going to get burned. And that's no fun for anyone. I'm going to take damage to save time. Rope. And we have yet another ancestor to look at.
Tennessee Kid Cooper learned to slide along railroad tracks in the Old West.
Also, you can break the stuff around where you learn about each and every ancestor for more gold and just to cause some general vandalism and even get some health if you need it. You're not necessarily going to need the gold. Not if you found every ability in the game like I have. And why are you sticking to that? Anyway, more barrels, more rings. You want to be very careful as you do this. You may have to spire point jump from one part of the double rings to the other just to get to where you need to go and hopefully not fall in the water like I just did. Can I? Yeah, I can. Now this part, you need to jump from rope to rope to avoid the walls with the little sharp wheels on them, because these things will hurt if you run into them. Thankfully, they don't show up in threes like the stone disc from earlier did. And once you get up here, you'll need to paraglide all the way to this platform.
Victorian-era London was the stomping grounds for the most gentlemanly thief, Thaddeus Winslow Cooper.
Also, whenever you press circle at the little Sly icon to learn about it and one of Sly's ancestors, you do trigger a checkpoint. Now these things, the sparkles come in a sequence. When the sparkles come, that's when the claw-like hooks are going to detach from each other temporarily. They open up and then you have to wait for them to close again before you can hang on to them. As for these things, jump on the edge of the hook, jump to the center, wait for the hook to go to where you are, jump to it, then get to where you need to go. And that hurts. So this part, we need to time our jumps to make our way up. When the one above you moves, that's when you jump straight up. Double jump if you have to. I usually double jump.
Besides being a thief, Otto von Cooper was a great fighter ace and mechanic.
Otto von Cooper I definitely remember from Sly 1. Also, I am so getting the health because I know I'm going to need it. And we need to float over to here And it looks... Oh, wait. I'm thinking earlier. You want to jump on these platforms when the rotor blades stop. When you see the sparkles, that's when they're going to kick up again. And they will hurt if you land on them while they're spinning. Also, Sly Cooper's dad, whose face we never have seen.
This must be my father's work. How am I supposed to get through this thing? He made this challenge for a move I've never learned. There's nothing like this in the Thieves Raccoonus. Come on, Dad. Help me out here.
Well, obviously, we have to slide across a laser, just like we slid across just about everything else. And Zadlight cannot get healthier.
Nice work, Dad.
And you want to be very careful, so that way you don't get burned. Watch for sparkles, as always. And don't run into any other lasers. Really? Could have sworn that I jumped onto that laser. That's better. And still no health, not like we're gonna need it.
This must be the inner sanctum. Wish Bentley and Murray were here for this.
And once you go in, you get to see what Bentley and Murray were up to while we were going through the vault. Of course, we're going to have to wait for another loading screen, and then a cutscene.
Do it, Sly. This place was built for you. We'll hold down the fort here.
This is going to be the payday of all time. Think of all the loot piled up back there.
Do you ever feel like you're playing second fiddle to Sly? Like he treats us as sidekicks?
No way! Sly's cool. We're all in this together.
Sure, we're all here, but are we equal? Who went into the vault? Sly, by himself.
Watch out!
Dr. M's goons? They must have forced the door after we opened the lock.
Think of it this way, Bentley. If it were you in that vault and Sly and I were out here, what would he do?
Stop these thugs and protect his friend.
Right, and that's what I'm gonna do. Keep your head down, stay clear. I'm gonna smash a lot of skulls, and I don't want yours to be one of them. Come and get it, maggots. I've got a knuckle sandwich for all of you, and it's chow time.
First things first, I'm switching to the Raging Inferno flop for the L2 button because I know I'm going to need it. Second, Bentley brings up a point that was originally brought up by Dr. M in the last video, where it seems like Sly is doing this all for him. I kind of had the feeling that that would be brought up at a later point. Anyway, we have a whole bunch of guys with snake heads, tiger arms, and frog feet. And we need to basically just destroy all of them. For best results, send them into the pit. Just get them towards the pit with you. Make sure they don't shoot a laser beam or drop a bomb near you, and hope you're not near the bomb when that happens. Try to keep your health high. Uh-oh. These guys do follow you, by the way, and it's really annoying. I really need to be more careful with what I'm doing here. I may have to hit more guys with the Raging Inferno flop. Oh, good grief. Really? But if you know what you're doing, you can easily set all these guys on fire. And maybe even send them into the pit a little more easily, too. And as much as I would like to use a triangle square combo, they'll more than likely have more than enough time to drop a bomb. But at least these guys can hit each other with their own weaponry, so that's a relief. And if you're lucky, you can even send them into the torches near here. Now, as you go through more and more of the battle, you'll see these much taller guys with croc heads, eagle feet, and lobster claws for arms. These guys are a little tougher, and they can also block your attacks too. And apparently, doing the flop over and over again and just keeping away from bombs while keeping everybody near pits and whatnot is working well for the most part. I may have to burn a guy or two just to ensure that I don't have too hard a time. But if I can do this right, I should be able to survive a little bit. And I am using so much energy for all this.
Looks like fewer are coming in. They must be running out of thugs.
And let me see if I can get more of that energy. Let me see if I can also not run in the bombs. Because that would be great if I could not run in the bombs and whatnot.
These look like the last.
Yeah! You're all
Finally.
knocked down, and the Murray stands tall, like a freaking totem pole of strongism.
Ah, Murray, you're much stronger than McSweeney ever was.
That's right, plughead. I'm like a semi-truck with its brakes cut.
I don't have time to get into a screaming match with a caveman like yourself.
Then lock horns with me. Think you'll find I'm a better match.
I have no fight with you, Bentley. You and I are the same.
I gather you were the technical specialist working with Sly's father?
You knew Sly's dad?
Quiet, caveman, the adults are talking. That's right, Bentley. I know the pain you suffer working under your inferior.
It's no secret I'm smarter than the other guys. But there's more to it than that.
Like what?
Like brotherhood.
Brotherhood? That's just what he wants you to think. It's a tool to keep you in line.
Now that's the thing that keeps us happy and alive. It's why I'm going to stop you.
And me too.
Fine, Koopa Gang. I tried.
Caveman attack! This guy's stronger than he looks. Need some help.
So you...
Bentley, those statues look like ancient security devices. Maybe if you took the treasure off the top of them and put it on Dr. M's back, they might activate.
So what you want to do is take one of the 4 jewels, especially the one that you just landed in front of. Take it with circle, then get all the way here to the platform, place it on Dr. M's back, and then get to another platform. From here, you want to grab another jewel, and uh-oh.
I'm pinned down. Need to fall back on my grapple cam to deal with these goons.
I did set that to L2, right? Yeah, I set that to L2. Okay. We're going to stick this to the wall here. That's the bomb. Oh, no, that is the grapple cam. Alright, it didn't explode this time. We can now go ahead and grapple. And we can get closer to these guys and take them out with the cannon.
Nice work, handsome. Now get another piece of treasure on Dr. M's back. Murray's not looking so good.
And then get this on Dr. M's back. Wait for the zap so that way you don't get zapped. Then get another treasure, if you can. If not, just go back to the grapple cam, take out the guys that are trying to zap you. And then we use our triple jump to get back up, as always. Get another thing on Dr. M's back. Wait for the zap. And I'm just going to go ahead and go straight to the grapple cam here, so that way these guys don't give me a hard time, and I can go ahead and zap them all. Now these guys will come back if you are not fast enough. Thankfully, I'm fast enough.
Well played, Bentley. But it was a meaningless gesture. According to the tracking device I planted on Sly's cane, he's just entered the inner sanctum. I can use the collected positional data to get through the gauntlet with ease.
That hall's for Coopers only.
Maybe it's time for men such as you and I to change all that.
He's getting away! What do we do?
I'll think of something. Just give me time.
You know something, Bentley?
What?
You think awesome.
Thanks, pal.
Once you play as Murray and Bentley for one last time, it's on to the final fight with Dr. M.
This is just overwhelming. Amazing. How'd Thaddeus make a flying machine in the 1800s? Bet this thing still works.
Oh, I'm sure it's operational.
Dr. M, glad you could see all this. I know you've been looking forward to it.
Looking forward to all this and your death.
Come on, aren't we supposed to banter a little?
I only talk with my equals, and Bentley said no.
And we will face Dr. M, but that will have to wait until the next video. Join me next time for the finale of the main story for Sly 3 Honor Among Thieves. After we beat Dr. M, it's on to the Master Thief challenges. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!